For this, you plan, you lose. For this, you plan, you lose. Don't plan, just dance. Practice, forget. For this, you plan, you lose. Hey.
In the circle we dance, no beginning, no ending. In the circle we dance, I am you, you are the other me. Bambutsu no tsunagari, Bambutsu. Bambutsu no tsunagari, no tsunagari. Bambutsu no tsunagari, Bambutsu. Bambutsu no tsunagari, no tsunagari.
Hey, carácter ceremonial, el fandango rompe el orden, celebración especial, en donde las almas borden con sus ritmos, melodías, que el día de hoy celebramos, ancestral sabiduría, con la cual nos abrazamos.
Fandango Obon is a gathering of three distinct cultures: the West African, Mexican Son Jarocho culture, and the Obonodori, which is Japanese Buddhist traditions.
And each year the circle is getting more and more diverse.
As long as the energy is really good, it's very simple to collaborate. And you know, everyone has their own instruments from wherever their country is. They all have the same roots when you really think about it.
We're building an idea that it's a good thing for people of different cultures to come together, to convene in a way that's maybe unusual actually, because they actually get to participate in another form that's different from theirs, but then they can also see, oh, you know, there's similarities about this too. We want people to feel comfortable crossing borders into other communities.
It don't matter who you are or what you do in your life. If you walk down that street and you see all these people right here doing this beautiful thing, oh, I swear
You're gonna want to jump in.
You're gonna feel it.
Yeah.
Hope that we will encourage other communities of color to really deal with stuff about the environment. That's what this is about, connection to the earth.
We're trying to instill in people the idea that anybody can participate, and they should.
I'm going to try that again. Welcome, everyone. Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name is Johanna Blunt. I am
the artistic director of Le Ballet d'Imbaya, West African Drum and Dance Ensemble, and I'm also one of the lead teaching artists in Fandango Bon. Welcome to today's workshop. This is the 6th out of 7 workshops leading up to our culminating event in November, on November 15th, our final festival. Fandango Bon is an annual festival sharing environmental knowledge with traditions of music and dance from Mexican, Japanese, West African, and Sufi cultures. The vision of Fandango Bon is to use art to bring people together, to deepen our relationships between our communities, and to restore our connection with Mother Earth. As part of that connection, we acknowledge the historical inhabitants of the land that we are on, the Tongva people, who have lived here in Southern California for over 3,000 years. Fandango also believes in the preciousness of Black lives and the Black community, and we stand behind the demand for justice and respect for these communities deserve. We hope that you join in that spirit. Well, over the last month, we've had wonderful workshops on Fandango music and dance from Veracruz, Mexico, on Hadra chanting and movement from Sufi culture, West African and African American dance and drumming and traditions, as well as community songwriting and bokashi composting. That last one's really fun. Well, today's workshop is about the Japanese tradition of Obon Odori. And here to tell you all about it are 3 unique artist teachers. Elaine Fukumoto, a leading Japanese dance teacher and chair of the Southern District Dharma School Teachers League. We have Chie Saito, a multidisciplinary theater artist and dancer originally from Nagoya, Japan, and now based in Los Angeles. And we have Nobuko Miyamoto, artistic director of Great Leap and co-founder of Fandango Bon. They have a rich, informative, and fun workshop planned for you, which will include getting on your feet and dancing. And you'll also have a chance to submit your questions for answering at the end. But first, we're going to start with a beautiful poem by Nobuko Miyamoto. Nobuko, please.
Hi, everybody. Good to see you, and thank you for being here today. I know that a lot of people are busy and used to and tired of Zoom, but we're glad you're here, and so thank you for being with us. So let me share this. It was a very hard year this year because we weren't able to do the things that we normally do, especially Obon. So that on the last day of Obon, August 15th, I wrote this poem. I miss Obon. Yagura and lanterns, crowds in happy goats and tennis shoes. I miss smiling whole faces, the hint of incense wafting from the temple. I miss little girls wearing the wonder of their first kimono, elders chatting and fanning themselves with uchiwa. I miss Obon. I miss dressing room chatter, bare feet on tatami. I miss firm hands of ladies wrapping us in yukata, wearable origami in bold patterns, reminding us of who we still are. I miss Obon. I miss dancing through the gate to the music of Bonodori Uta, trying to be graceful, geta, on concrete. I miss being in a moving village, forming circles around circles, dancing the steps of our ancestors, losing ourselves to remember them. I miss Obon. I miss the don of taiko, the twang of shamisen, climbing the yagura, Atomic Nancy's voice reaching for the moon. I miss my breath pressing against obi, singing shoulder to shoulder to a sky turning indigo. I miss the village dancing round us, a moment of oneness. I miss Obon. Thank you. I don't know, it got to me. But I'd like to bring on Elaine and Chie now, uh, who are going to help lead this workshop and engage you all in conversation. And we have a chance now to learn a little bit more about Obon. Even I learned things I didn't know about. So uh, I want to welcome you. Hi, Chie. Hi, Elaine. So, did you miss Obon? Elaine, of all people, you must have really missed Obon.
What I miss the most is dancing with everyone, people I know, people I see once in a while, and then dancing with people, enjoying people just coming into the circle, and whether they know the dance or not, just jumping in and sharing the joy of dancing at Obon.
Yeah. And you too. How about you?
I miss Obon, yes, season-wise, and I used to, when I lived in Japan, I will go to my countryside and where the graveyard is, and I'll visit our ancestors and all that. It's all in one grave, so just go there and pray, and for our health and, you know, like happiness for all our family. And then doing that is such an important moment for me. As a childhood, and then I moved to LA when I was like 22, so I started missing those things, and I actually created my own outdoor at home and then doing it, but it's not the same. And then dancing with everyone is like, I haven't done it. So, luckily, Nobuko invited me to join the Fandango Obon last year, so I was able to be part of it. But till then, I lived in Colorado. I was even it's in Boulder, Colorado, so we didn't have Bonodori at all. So this was a great opportunity last year, and this year is very sad that we couldn't do it. But I'm really happy that we are here.
Yes, yes. Trish, the other people are tuning in and saying they miss Obon also. So I know we're going to capture that feeling altogether.
Thank you guys so much for sharing about that. Obon seems very, very special. I know a little bit about it from being involved with you guys, but I'm wondering, how did you guys get involved with Obon? Elaine, I'll ask you first. How did you begin to get involved with Obon?
My family and extended family have been active members of the Nishihonganji Temple for eons. As a young child, I would attend the Obon festivities with the family, but I was be too shy to dance or anything else. And I didn't really get involved with the dancing until I was a young teen. So over the years, actually decades, I've become more and more involved.
More and more involved. You're the head teacher. You're really involved.
So cute.
You're the one that tells us what to do every year. Yeah.
This is so cute.
That's Nishihonganji Obon.
Oh, these are beautiful. Look at
the downtown in the back.
How many people are out there usually?
Oh, I would say 500.
Maybe more.
Wow.
And it turns out it's really, really hot when we have our Obon. So I'm happy that people will, you know, withstand all the heat and come out and share the dancing with us.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Chie, I'd like to ask you, how did you end up getting involved with Obon culture?
Well, I was born and raised in Japan, so it was already there. So I was like, I had no choice. I had to be part of it. It's my father, my sister, and myself. That's actually Tanabata picture, which we do in July 7th. And it's a different season, but we will go to Obon dance in a local area. And I lived right by my elementary school. So we have a Obon dance every year. So I will go there and then dance. And then one year, actually, my aunt asked me to be on a yagura and then be the dancer to do the competition. So I was like 8-year-old, and then I did that. I entered the competition for Obon Odori. And that was like very, I don't remember much about my childhood for some reason, but I remember that part very well. And I had a lot of joy, like dancing with everyone. People around me never experienced that before. So it was fun.
Thank you for sharing. That's amazing. And last but not least, Nobuko, I would love to hear about your involvement in Obon.
Well, the funny thing is I didn't really grow up around Obon like they did because my mother was Christian. And so I sort of heard about Obon, but I didn't really know what Obon was until actually the Asian American movement. I was in the Asian American movement, and people used Obon as a way of gathering people and sort of showing our spirit together. And it was powerful. Sometimes we didn't necessarily dance to the normal music that people dance to. I had a band, a group called Chris and Joanne and Charlie, and we used to have a song that we did at the end called "The People's Beat," and we did Obon to People's Beat, and so it was really for us. It was claiming our culture. It was empowering our bodies to move together, and then later I got involved more as I was with Senshin Buddhist Temple. I got more involved in actually being part of the Obon Festival, and then it was love. But I want to say another thing about Obon, because being in the movement, you're aware of what happened to Japanese Americans during World War II. And I learned that even as we were in concentration camps, people continued to do Obon in the summer because it was the moment that people could say, yeah, I'm in prison, but I'm going to do this anyway. And I think it's a really important moment to say, this is who I am. I'm not fighting. I'm just getting up and dancing and being who I am and being proud of who I am, even in the midst of all this chaos and trouble that Japanese Americans were in. So it's been a powerful way of actually for over 100 years, keeping our community to come together in all kinds of circumstances to say who we are proudly. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. Absolutely. I agree. It's very important, especially today, to stand directly in who exactly you are. We need a lot more appreciation for that. I'm going to direct my next question to Chie. So you just informed us that you were born in Japan and you moved here at 22, which was like last year, right? Could you talk a little bit about how Obon is different in Japan from the way it is here in the United States?
Okay. Obon is actually, it means in Japan, I'm sure here too, Obon is a season. It's a year-week long season. And then that's start from normally in middle of August, and some places middle of July. And that's the Obon season. And then we have Bon Odori, which is specifically is a term for dance, Obon dance. And then that's, I felt that it's like the way that the people saying it's different from it. So it's kind of hard for me to adapt that because Obon is probably easier to say in English. So people, I guess, use Obon a lot here. And then the Obon Odori is actually, the history of Obon Odori is like over 500 years. And then the first Bon Odori that it's known is 1400.
Wow.
It's that old. And there are just so many things I didn't know about Obon. It's like, like me being away from Japan, like I learned so much about Japan. So I have to kind of research all that stuff because I didn't know anything about Obon. Like Bon Odori is related to actually like a religious reason. Like it's the way of, they started to chanting and singing to the ancestors when ancestors coming back in Obon season, and then we'll like sing to heal them. And then when they go back, they're happy going back to their place. So that's like the reason that they started. And then now, and then in the middle of like developing the Bon Odori, there are so many times it was banned from the people because the people think that it's like how to say, like
Rowdy.
old fashioned, and some like in Meiji era they thought it was old fashioned. Oh, not old fashioned, like out of fashion.
Oh.
Because we started bringing in new culture from outside the country. But before that, it's like a Muromachi era, which is like it was banned because the disturbing the morals.
Yeah.
People think dancing and singing is disturbing morals. So
Well,
there
also,
are many times, yeah, on and off, people like they were banned and then not be able to do that. And I thought that was crazy. And then, and then it came back in Showa era because when the popular pop music or folk music got very normal, and then the people started to like do the activity to preserve the folk music. So normally the Bon Odori dance is coming from the folk music. So that's like for Japanese folk music. So it's a little different from here. But yeah, that's like I think that we didn't know that it came from kind of religious reason because it was on in and out coming in, and we just forget the roots. You know, like that was really interesting to hear.
Yeah,
And then, yeah.
you have to be without something in order to appreciate it, right? When
Yes.
you no longer had it, then you were able to go back and appreciate what you had.
Definitely.
Well, speaking
I
of
wanted to say something because there are so many. I have my friends and people watching from Japan, and then if they understand what we are saying, they will be really like they'll be surprised to hear what we are talking about. So I really would love to hear what they think in a comment line. Like if people can comment, that would be great.
You see that? Go ahead and leave your comment, folks. Well, great. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. I'm very struck by hearing that music and dance is frowned upon sometimes, which is so interesting because there have been so many beautiful music, lots of music and dances that have come from Japan, including the Tanko Bushi. And I would like to ask you, Chie, once again, to speak a little bit about Tanko Bushi, which I believe that you guys are going to be learning today.
Is it okay if we could ask Elaine about the Bon Odori in USA first?
okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like how it's different. You know, it's so different. So that I experienced. So I mean, it is similar, but it's like it's super cool. Yeah, so
Okay, Elaine, please share with us about how your experience with Obon in USA is different from in Japan.
Obon in Japan is more of a cultural experience. It's part of the Japanese culture. Here in the United States, it's closely tied to the Buddhist temple. Obon is a Japanese Buddhist observance where we remember the deceased. And Bon Odori is part of the Obon, where we dance, and we dance with gratitude and joy to express our appreciation for our deceased loved ones. Obon started historically from a myth where Moggallana, one of the Buddha's disciples who had superhuman powers, saw that his deceased mother had fallen into the realm of terrible suffering. Moggallana went to the Buddha to ask how he could save his mother. The Buddha then advised that Moggallana selflessly provide food and drink to a group of monks who had assembled for a retreat. And this is what Moggallana did. And as a result, his mother was set free from the realm of suffering. And he was so overwhelmed with joy that he started dancing. That's how Bo Odori, Obon dancing, started as a myth.
Thank you. I jumped the gun there. You shared some of the Buddhist roots of Obon with us and how closely related they are. Please, Chie.
I want to ask. So we have in Japan, we have three biggest bon odori in Japan, which is like one is the Nishimonai no bon odori, which these things I really didn't know. But Nishimonai no bon odori, it's in Akita Prefecture, which we saw it in the earlier video when I was speaking. It came out with that big hat with this and people dancing, and then the people watching. And then the professional dancers, like in a line, like coming to the big row of people dancing, and kind of like a people watching that one, yeah. And then that's from Aki. That's that's actually Awa Odori from Tokushima in Shikoku. So the kids are joining, and then the other one is Akita Prefecture, and then Nishimonai no Bon Odori, which is the kind of the similar way because the people are dancing, and then the professional people dancing, and then people watching them dance. The thing is they're hiding their faces there, what they do, how when they're dancing. And then, and the third is the really popular one, which I live right by. This is Gifu Prefecture. It's like above where I'm from, which is Nagoya, Aichi, Nagoya. And that's place that everyone can dance. All the people come join and dance, and like they dance a month long. Oh no, that's actually I heard it starts from the beginning of July and it ends in the beginning of September.
Wow!
It's over 30 days of dancing, and they have like I don't really know how many, but like 10, 20 dances, and then everyone can just dance in the street like this, and it's like it's crazy. But I've never been there, which I lived in like 30 minutes away from this place, or 1 hour. But Elaine visited this place, and I want to know what she felt or she experienced there.
So during that period of 30 days of dancing, some of them are small neighborhood dancing, and some are huge, center of the city, plazas where they're dancing. Thousands are dancing. The one I attended was in the neighborhood street where maybe 3 blocks long, and there's always a cart with the musicians. And the night we were there dancing, it was raining, but that didn't stop anyone from dancing. So we just danced for hours, and they do have a set of 10 dances that everyone we knew. We knew too.
But it's all live music mostly?
Yes, it's all live music. It's live musicians.
It's
so
like a Fandango Bomb.
Right. We just have a music cart where they can sit and play music.
Ah.
Wow.
Because in Japan, it's normally we just play music now.
Right.
Like in a record, no record, of course, but like
referring back to when Obon was sort of banned, it was also because this was the night when there was no chaperone. And so there were lots of babies born
9 months later.
9 months later. So that's one of the reasons why they sort of, put a lid on it for a while.
Right.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I don't know that we have any celebrations here that last for a month. Here in the United States.
Well, maybe like Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras would be the closest.
Yeah, that might count. That could count. But Obon still sounds totally a lot more involved.
Well, when Japanese people get into something, they get into it like all the way.
That's so amazing. Okay. Well, I think from here we can start to talk about some of the other dances that you guys practice in Japan. One of which is Tango Bushi, which I mentioned before. I'm very excited to learn about this dance, and I think you guys will be excited too once you see what we're going to be doing. But Chie, please talk to us about Tankobushi.
Yes, this is like was mind blowing when I looked it up. Like I didn't know about it. And tanko bushi means tanko means coal mining, and bushi is meaning melody or it means tune. So it's a coal mining tune. So it was actually created by female coal miners in Kyushu, Fukuoka area. In about so the coal mining is started in like 1900, like and then they started singing inside. It's like a work song, and they there's so many coal miners in Fukuoka, in Kyushu area, but this one particularly people say that it's from Tagawa coal miner. And then they later changed it to a different place. So then different place one is got popular. So the most of the tankobushi right now played is actually in a different, it says different place. It says Miike Tanko. There's a Miike Tanko, no. It's actually Tawagawa Tanko, but someone, famous person started singing Miike. So that's why it got popular. But anyway, so as you can see, there are female people working in Danko, coal miners back then, because their husbands and then men are in a war, and then they have to work. And then that's work songs. All these work songs. This was like created by sections of places. They are people in different sections, and they are like the digging coals with a pickaxe.
Yeah.
So that's one part of the song, and then digging the hole with a hole to hack like a gunpowder or like a dynamite with a chisel. So that's one part, and then another part is like a turning the, what do you call, pulley, to pull up the coals from the tono, and then the sorting out the coals and stones. So there are different works, right? So everyone singing different songs as a work songs, and then everyone put together, and then that became tankobushi.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and then the people, coal miner owners, were partying and all that in that time in the Fukuoka area. So they're always bringing in that song, and then that got popular in that area. And then later they started playing video, because people are saying the reconstruction of war starts from coal. That's what people say in Japan after war. Yeah. So that's why they're playing tankobushi almost every day.
Wow.
In the radio. So that's how it got really popular. And then later they used the tankobushi as a bonodori. Yeah. And then I think I kind of understand it, because right now, even now, like a lot of J-pop are used for bonodori.
Oh.
So people will bring the popular songs into bonodori. So they keep adding like the songs that got popular, and then start dancing to it. But tankobushi is one, it's like lasts long time, and then we're still dancing everywhere. Because I'm from Nagoya, and we have a lot of Nagoya dance, Nagoya odori, Nagoya bayashi. But that's all I remember out of the bonodori. But tankobushi is like the most done anywhere in Japan.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here.
And here, yeah.
Right here, and also that, but it really changes my image of that song to know that women workers, coal miners, were actually the originators of this song. That it was a work song, just like a chain gang. It's and so doing it now and learning it again with that in mind, it sort of changes how I think about that dance. Actually, I'm wearing what they wore, right? Kasuri jackets like this. That's what a work jacket. Yeah. Anyway, so Elaine, you're going to teach us the dance now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I will instruct, and Chie is my demo person. So everyone knows how to do the dance now.
Okay. All right.
Okay, the dance starts with clapping cho chong ga chong. Okay, Chie? Cho chong ga chong. Okay, next is you're going to grab a shovel with both hands and you're going to dig to the right and then to the left. Right and left. Good. Then you're going to step forward with your right foot and then your left, and then you're going to throw the contents of your shovel over your right shoulder and then your left shoulder. Right shoulder, left shoulder. Then you're going to step back with your left foot, and your left arm is going to extend to your left, and with your right hand you're going to shade your face and you're going to gaze at the moon, and then you're going to step back right and reverse your arms. Back and back. Good. Then you're going to step forward with the right and push the coal cart, and step left and push again. Push and push. And then you're going to step into the circle with your right foot and open the gate. And then you're going to bring your right foot back together and clap cho chong ga chong again. So cross over into the inside of the circle with your right foot. And then back and cho chong ga chong. And we'll start from the beginning. And dig and dig, other side, dig and dig over your shoulder, other shoulder. Look at the moon. Look at the moon. Push the cart. Push, push, open the gate to the inside. And cho chong ga chong. So it's an easy dance. Let's watch everyone dancing it. Good job, Chie. Video.
晴れて早期が来るまではよいよい心ひとつに身は二つ離れ離れの切なさに夢でさまちゃんと語りたいさのよいよい月が出た出た月が出たよいよい三池田んぼの上に出たあんまり煙突が高いのでさぞやお月さん煙たかろさのよいよい
Okay. Did everybody dance? Did you all dance out there? Let us know. Okay. So now, we're going to move into Mottainai, right? Talk a little bit about Mottainai.
Mottainai.
Yeah. Well, actually, we're going to talk about. I would never have thought of writing an Obon song. It was only because Reverend Moscow Dani asked me to write an Obon song in English that I would presume to even step my foot into that culture, something that I really didn't know that much about. But Reverend Moss wanted young people who didn't speak Japanese to understand, why are we doing Obon? So that's why I started writing it. The first song I wrote, it was difficult for me to really, there's Reverend Moss, to try to capture the music of Obon. I was very careful to, trying to get the style of the music and the tone of the singing, I was very careful. The first one was called Yo, which is Just Dance. Remember that one, Elaine? And we got all these temples because the system of once we created the dance, right? All the dance teachers got together and went back out to their own temples, and so when we did this on the plaza, the JCC outside of the temples, we had about 1,000 people dancing it all at once, and that was really an emotional experience to see 1,000 people dancing in a circle and to an English Obon song talking about, don't care about what you look like or what I look like, just dance, forget about it. And that's the whole idea about Obon, is that we're not supposed to think about what we look like. It's just to try to get into it and just dance and be in the moment with everybody. And that's the beauty of it, really. But I learned later that I wasn't the first person in the U.S. to write Obon. There were other Obon songs. There were many other Obon songs written in the U.S., but they were all in Japanese, just like the Fresno Obon. And there was a very famous teacher, sensei, Reverend Iwanaga. Maybe Elaine, you could talk about him a little bit. I don't know that much about him, but he was really quite an impresario for Obon, right?
Well, he started the Obon Odori, the Obon dancing at the temples. He came from Japan in the 1930s. Now, most of the oldest temples started in the early 20th century, and for decades there was no Bon Odori.
Really?
Right. So Reverend Iwanaga came from Japan, and he started teaching Japanese dancing from Los Angeles all the way up to Oregon and Washington, up and down the coast. And the first official Bon Odori was in San Francisco in 1931.
Wow.
And the second one was at my temple in Los Angeles in 1932.
Oh.
So it just started blossoming from there. So right now there are 60 temples, Jodo Shinshu temples throughout the United States. And I think all of them have Bon Odori as a result of Reverend Iwanaga's contributions.
Wow, that's amazing. I didn't realize that it wasn't always part of the Buddhist temple's practice from the beginning of our being in America. But also, that you are a rare person to actually have studied with one of the main sort of innovators of Obon in later on with Reverend Moss and sort of modernized Obon so that males actually felt comfortable dancing Obon. Tell me about your teacher.
Komori Sensei.
Yeah.
Went blank.
Yeah.
Komori Sensei. Now, until Komori Sensei came, most of the dances were based on, many of the dances were based on classical Japanese dancing and involved a lot of graceful movements. So a lot of the young men didn't want to have anything to do with that. They just wanted to see the pretty girls dancing, but they didn't want to go in and dance. But with Komori Sensei, she came in the 60s from Japan, and over the course of maybe a dozen years, she created many Obon dances for us in Southern California. And her dance movements were more for work songs. So the movements were folk dance type of music. And then when the men saw that, the young men, they wanted to jump in and do that work. So a different kind of coal mining was where they're actually hitting with the pick and axe and everything. So the young men started really getting into it, and her dances brought in a lot of people, young and old, because they were so popular.
So actually, I mean, Obon, just like other traditions, is a matter of layers of culture, and people, you never know what people are going to like to do. People dance it, and if they like it, then it starts going on and on and on. So with Mottainai, what happened is, I'd written Yuyo, Tampopo, the Gardener's Song. There were a few of them that we wrote, Reverend Moss and we all put together. But then, the environmental issue actually started coming up, and I started wondering, what do we have in our culture that really would help us think about how we waste and how we live on the land, and what is it in our culture that can help us be greener and be more aware of and make a contribution to the general conversation about the environment that was going on. So I wrote this piece, Mottainai, because I actually went on her website and I saw that Wangari Maathai, this African environmentalist, had been, who had planted millions of trees in Kenya, and she won a Nobel Prize for that. Well, she was using Mottainai. She went to Japan to speak, and she heard the word Mottainai, and she started using it in her speeches all around the world. And I thought, wow, this is a way we can connect our culture with people around the world, what Mottainai is. So that's how I wrote the song, and we made actually a music video out of it. And then we also had a dance. So, and it just so happens that this was about the time when temples were starting to think about how do we make the temples greener? How do we make, because these big gatherings like Obon use a lot of you make a lot of trash. How do we make our events better? How do we teach our congregants to be more aware? So it just happened to merge with these ideas, and the song took off. It's funny also because I have this pointing little gesture in there, and Chris Yamashita, she says, no, that's very impolite for Japanese people to point their fingers at people, but that happens to be the gesture in the dance that most people like and remember.
And also the family, we have a thing called uchibenke, and a lot of people are really nice outside, but inside their house, they're like, no, you can't do this, like you always like that. I mean, not all the family, but a lot of us, especially when you get older, people start, they don't care. I don't know, like grandparents are a lot of time like that.
So Elaine, why don't you teach the dance to everybody in the audience, and we'll all follow.
Okay, you need a tenugui. We call it a tenugui. It's a towel. Fold it and keep it around your neck. And you can be facing counterclockwise.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, you're going to step forward with your right foot, and then towards the inner circle, you're going to gather a whole bunch of stuff with your arms to the inside of the circle, and then bring your left foot together, and then face forward and clap. Yeah. And then you're going to do the same thing to the outside with your left foot. Gather and clap. Now, you're going to step with your left foot and throw your stuff away over your left shoulder, and then step right and throw your stuff over your right shoulder. Left shoulder, right shoulder. Now you're going to start all over again. Gather stuff to the inside. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Gather to the inside.
Right?
Wait. Let's start the second time all over again, okay? Gather to the inside. Gather, clap, outside. Oh, wait a minute. I'm all mixed up.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, start the second time again. Okay, we're going to gather to the inside, clap, and throw away over your left shoulder, and then right shoulder. And then gather to the outside, clap, and then right shoulder and left shoulder. Now, you're going to get your bachan fingers, okay? And you're going to walk right and left while your hands go in opposite directions. And then you're going to pound, pound, and point at someone, okay? Walk right, left, pound, pound, point. Okay, you're going to repeat the same thing again 3 more times, okay? So it's right, left, pound, pound, point. Again, right, left, pound, pound, point. One more. Right, left, pound, pound, and point. Now, you are proud of yourself now because you know how to do your part and to save the environment. So you're going to grab the towel that's around your neck and you're going to strut with pride. You're going to walk right, right, then left, right, then right, right, and left, right. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, and left, right, left. Okay, now you're going to release with your left hand your towel, and you're going to circle right and left and right and left. And with each step, you're going to fling your towel above your head in celebration. Ready? Oh, ding, ding. Right and left and right and left. Quickly step forward with your hands in front of you. And let's see, what do we do there? With your hands in front of you, ding, and then step back together. And your hands are above your head, which is a show of appreciation. And then your towel goes over your head, around your neck, and then we clap twice. That's the whole dance. And we'll start from the beginning, gathering inside, gather in, clap, throw left and right. Gather out, clap, throw right and left. Gather in, clap, throw right and left. Gather out, clap, throw right and left. Bachan fingers. Right, left, pound, pound, point. Right, left, pound, pound, point. Right, left, pound, pound, point. One more. Right, left, pound, pound, point. Now we're going to strut. Grab your towel. Right, left, right, and left, right, left, and right, left, right. One more, and left, right, left. Circle and fling. Right and left and right and left. Forward, above, over, and clap, clap. Now, we do this a repeated number of times. At the very end, when the music starts to wind down, it's a little different. So after flinging the towel 4 times, you're going to make a quick spin around, right, left, to your right, letting the towel sweep in front of you in the air. And then you're going to step forward with your right, and then end in the appreciation pose. And that's how the dance ends and the music ends. Did I get that right?
Yeah. Thank you.
Let's try it with the video.
Oh, Mottainai. Oh, Mottainai. Oh, Mottainai. Oh, Mottainai.
Remember what Bachan used to say? What a waste, what a shame, what you throw away.
Every piece of paper, every grain of rice, every drop of water, she would use it twice, saying, Oh, Mottainai. Oh, Mottainai. Oh, Mottainai. Oh, Mottainai.
We laughed, we lost what Bachan taught. We ran away and we forgot.
Running to the future, running from the past, running on empty, and it just can't last. Oh, Mottainai. Oh, Mottainai.
Mottainai,
Oh, Mottainai. Oh, Mottainai. Mottainai.
it's an ancient wisdom
Mottainai.
that every what nature gives you. Take the old and make it new. We take, we use, we throw away. 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 Remember what Bachan used to say? What a waste, what a shame, what you throw away. Every piece of paper, every grain of rice, every drop of water, she would use it twice, saying, oh, Mottainai. Oh, Mottainai. Oh, Mottainai. It's an ancient wisdom that everyone can use. Don't waste what nature gives you. Take the old and make it new. Take the old and make it new. You got to take the old and make it new. Take the old and make it new. Oh, Mottainai. Okay, all right. I was dancing and sweating now. Yes. So, how did you all do? Did you all do okay? Yes? All right.
Dancing.
Okay. We
There are
started-
people dancing in Japan too, and here.
Okay.
Great.
So now we're going to move to Bambutsu, the last dance, which is the final dance of Fandango Obon. And well, maybe I'll just tell a little bit about how Bambutsu got started. It actually was just, I went to a Fandango practice because Quetzal said, come on to this. And so I walked in and he puts a harana in my hand and said, play. And maybe we can stop the video for now and then I'll talk. Okay. So I was looking at Fandango because Fandango has a tarima, this platform in the middle, and people stand around it and they play their haranas. And then in the middle, people jump on the harana and they start stomping out rhythms. And I said, oh, wow. So the harana is sort of like the drum, and the people's feet they're the drummers. And then it was really a lot of fun. And you after a while you just start figuring out the chord changes, and it's just a lot of fun to do. And as I was walking out, I said, you know what? This is a lot like Obon, except we dance around the platform, and the musicians are on the platform. And so I said to Quetzal, I said, what would happen if we bring Fandango and Obon together? And he said, yes. So that's really how it started. And we went to Reverend Moss, of course, because we always have to go to Reverend Moss and talk to him before he put the stake in the ground, and he said, it shouldn't be a fusion. You shouldn't just bring everything together. It should be a conversation so that each form is true to itself. So we started, and I just started writing the Obon part in the beginning, which you'll hear Atomic Nancy singing. And then they brought in the haranas and totally shifted the rhythm up. So these two forms, which are actually very different in styles, came together and this song, after the first year that we brought everybody together, became popular at Obon, right? For some reason, and it's sung in English, Japanese, and Spanish. But somehow people really love doing this dance at Obon time. How did that happen, Elaine? Tell us.
Well, it turned out that the dance turned out to be a beautiful dance. Everything just flows. And for it to fit in with the music, it was just the whole experience is wonderful. The dance and the music is just wonderful doing the whole thing.
But also, don't you think people, I mean, people, a lot of us grew up in Mexican communities, and you did, right?
Right.
And so it didn't feel so weird to be hearing Spanish.
No.
And yeah, it was a delightful, really, experience to be able to dance. I mean, we've been in community with, and I want to show this is the early stages of how we developed this piece. This is a self-help graphic in Boyle Heights. So this is the first time we were learning it. This is the first year, 2013. Yeah. So it was an experience and an experiment, actually. And we did it in 2013. We brought at first, the Mexican and Japanese community that year. The next year, we added the African American community. And then, and a couple of years later, we brought in the Sufi community. But we thought it was a one-time thing, but people loved it so much. And then JCC at that time, Leslie Ito was the head of the JCCC, and she said, let's do this again and again and again, and the children got involved, and it became really almost like, so we started actually a new kind of culture, that said, hey, let's bring everybody together. Why do we have these things separate? Yeah, it's important that we have these separate cultures, but where's the place that we could really bring it together? And of course, right across the First Street Bridge is the Mexican community, and down Central Avenue is the African American community, which once occupied Little Tokyo when we were gone. It was Bronzeville, right?
Yeah.
So we had a lot of common. It became a crossroads, really, of these three cultures, and which we continually try to honor every year and deepen our relationships with each other and collaborations with each other. So, Ori,
And the Bambutsu, did you write the song?
pardon?
You write the song?
Oh yeah. So I
Bambutsu?
wrote the song, the first part, and then Quetzal and actually Cesar, who is the engineer for this program, he wrote the lyrics, and Martha Gonzalez wrote lyrics for it. So there were actually 4 authors of this piece, and it was exciting to when the first time it all came together. It was an amazing experience.
Can we hear from Cesar?
Yeah. So let's learn the dance.
His experience, no?
What?
Can we hear from Cesar and his
Oh,
experience?
Cesar.
If he can come in.
Yeah. Cesar, come on in.
Okay. Hi.
So this
Thank
is
you,
Cesar
Chie.
Castro, and he's a maestro, a master of fandango from Veracruz. And you came here, how long ago did you come here to live?
To live in 2005.
Uh-huh. So you've been here for a while, and yes, really.
And yes, when Quetzal talked to me about fandango, well, the Obon culture, it made sense right away. It was something that I can relate to, even though the artistic form changes, obviously, but the essence on it is the same. And for Bambutsu, the music, the lyrics, it was also something that I could relate to. So it felt comfortable to write about it, to add to the song, to the idea, because I understood how it was. And then doing it live, it was just another level. And I remember once we were in a place where it was small, it was packed, all musicians with some microphones, but honestly, I felt mostly the drums and the energy from people being so close. And at that time, it was in a corner. And I remember thinking, this is just LA now.
So,
And I love it.
tell me, because most people are dancing and they don't understand Spanish. Could you translate the lyrics of what? Because your lyrics are really beautiful.
Oh, with a ceremonial character. Oh, character. I need to remember, and then the lyrics. Ah, you put me in the spot. Character, el fandango romperoles. Okay, with ceremonial character, the fandango breaks the order, like the and the life. Nobuko, it's my head between producing and trying to remember the
You know
lyrics
what?
without singing.
When you at the end of this, listen to it again, and at the end, tell us what the lyrics mean.
Okay, I'll be ready by then.
It would really be nice to know,
But, pero,
because we have a
gracias.
yeah. So anyway, okay. So let's learn the dance.
And need a fan.
Oh yeah, we need a fan.
Okay, for this dance, you're going to face the inner circle. And the first movement is the guacamaya, which is the colorful macaw from Mexico. And you'll be moving from side to side while your wings go up and down. So you will be moving right together and then left together 4 times while your arms go up and down. So right together, left together, right together, left together, right together, more, right together, left together, one more, right together, left together. Okay, now you're going to turn to your right so you're facing counterclockwise.
Oh no, we go forward first.
Oh, sorry. I always do that. Okay, so we're going to move to the inside, to the inner circle, and your arms are going to scoop up with your palms up while you step right, left, right, pause. And then as you pause, your hands are going to flip. Okay? Right, left, right, pause. Right. Now, you're going to step back, left, right, left, pause, while your hands move down to your side. Left, right, left, together. Now you're going to go in again, do the same thing. So it's right, no, click, right, left, right, pause, back, left, right, left, together. Now you're going to turn counterclockwise to the right. And you're going to be walking right, left, right, pause while your hands sweep in an arc from left to right with your palms facing each other. Right, left, right, pause. Now you're going to do the reverse. So it's going to be left, right, left, pause. Left, right, left, pause. You're going to do the other way again, and then a left again. Go ahead. Right, left, pause, left, right, left, pause. So that's a total of 4 times.
1, 2.
Right. Now, you're going to do what I call is the Bambutsu movement. So you're going to be facing counterclockwise, of course, and you're going to make a big step with your right foot while your arms open up and down to the side with your palms down, and then bring your left foot together, facing forward, and clap once. So open and then together. Now you're going to do the same thing to the outside, stepping with your left foot. Open and together. Now you're going to step back, right, left, right, pause, while your arms go up and form a moon. right, left, right, together, right. Now you're going to circle all the way around in a circle to your right, stepping right, left, right, while your arms just sweep around with your palms facing out. Right, left, right, left. Facing counterclockwise. Right. Because we're going to do the Bambutsu again. We're going to repeat. Okay. So, okay, we're going to start open to the inside. Open, clap, outside, open, clap twice, back, make a moon, and then turn to your right. Okay, and then stop facing inside. So this time we're only making a 3/4 turn. Now we're going to start dance all over again with the flying. So to the right, right, together, left, together, right, together, left, together, right, together, left, together, right, together, left, together. To the inside, scoop, 2, 3, flip, back, 2, 3, in again, right, left, right, flip, back. Okay, turn counterclockwise, sweep, right, left, right, other side, left, right, left, again, right, left, right, one more, right, left, right. Okay, Bambutsu, open, clap, open out, and back, clap twice and make a moon, turn all the way around, right, left, open, clap, open outside, clap twice, the moon, okay, turn 3/4 the way, 3, and then we start again. Should we try it with the video?
Yeah.
For this, you plan, you lose. For this, you plan, you lose. Don't plan, just dance. Practice, forget. For this, you plan, you lose. Hey.
In the circle we dance, no beginning, no ending. In the circle we dance, I am you, you are the other me. Bambutsu no tsunagari, Bambutsu. Bambutsu no tsunagari, no tsunagari. Bambutsu no tsunagari, Bambutsu. Bambutsu no tsunagari, no tsunagari.
Carácter ceremonial, el fandango rompe el orden, celebración especial, en donde las almas borden con sus ritmos, melodías, que el día de hoy celebramos, ancestral sabiduría, con la cual nos abrazamos.
Bam bam butsu. No tsunagari, bam 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 butsu. No tsunagari, bam 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 butsu. No tsunagari, bam 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 butsu. No tsunagari,
Hey, how did everybody do? Everybody just danced? Did everybody dance? Okay.
That was absolutely wonderful. I feel like I have learned so, so much about Japanese culture and music and dance and history. And I want to thank you guys so much. I'm going to open the floor at this point to anyone in our audience, those of you at home who would like to ask any questions or make any comments. You guys have been lighting up our chat. I've been seeing really wonderful messages from you all. And so I welcome you to please in the chat, whatever platform you're on, if you have any questions or comments, let us know and we'll take some time to clarify anything that you guys might be wondering.
Maybe while we're waiting for questions, why don't we ask Cesar to translate the words for us?
Yes,
Are you ready?
All right. You're muted.
So I'm back. I have the translations. Thank you to Sochi and the technology. And what I sing is with ceremonial character, the fandango breaks the order, a special celebration where souls weave with their rhythms, melodies that today we celebrate, ancient wisdom with which we embrace. En español sounds different.
It's much nicer in Spanish.
Well, at least to me, it does.
No, but it is. It's sort of amazing well, first of all, when I see everybody dancing on the screen, it just made me laugh. It made me just feel joy to see everybody up there and dancing it, because it just we miss being able to dance like this together. It's such a joyful thing, and you just want everybody to be able to feel that, especially now. We need it so badly. Yeah.
Yes, but I'm glad that we're here doing something,
we still
connecting.
find ways through it.
Yeah.
Right? That's the beauty of humans, is we adapt. I feel like we're together now.
Yeah. And then we get to learn more deeply about each other's cultures by being online like this. Actually, we're able to talk about these cultural forms much deeper than we were just going to a workshop. I mean, seeing the African lamban and the ring shout the other week, that was amazing. That was amazing to see how African culture translated itself in American soil, even in slavery times, and how powerful that was to see everybody, the children, join in on it. It was amazing, a moment. So
it was definitely very powerful. Being there too I really hope it translated through the screen, but we definitely had a transformative experience that day.
Yes. And then also the week that Cesar did, when you connected Veracruz, Los Angeles, and Tokyo, right?
Well, yes, that was Sochi and Son Jarocho.
Yeah.
And the fandango with our celebration, which we're also suffering from not having it for 8 months, but we'll get back. So
yeah.
Now we have time to talk about it and to miss each other, which is something good too.
Yeah.
And yes, last year in October, a year ago almost, we went to Japan and we met the group of Japanese students, youth that are learning the Son Jarocho and fandango traditions. And then with Julio Misumi in Veracruz, who were the first people they met from Veracruz, and where they stayed in that area in Veracruz to learn the music. Sochi put all these 3 pieces together with us in LA, and it was powerful. That night, I felt like I had a fandango. So I hope it's happening for you too today.
No, and to see Japanese people speaking in Spanish and singing in Spanish, it was a trip. It was like, whoa, this is something, amazing how 3 continents connected with each other. And then we started thinking about Africa. Okay, let's think global now. How can we connect with these cultures and create a bigger family?
Yes, and it was also sort of kind of funny because I'm more used to you. No, you are the Japanese community that I'm closer to,
Yeah.
and you all speak English, right? So then with with the Japanese from Tokyo, when we asked, when Sochi asked, like, can you do it in English? And they look at each other. Well, kind of like at each other in the screens. It was like, no, can we do it in Spanish? And that was
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
funny.
It was a trip for us to see Japanese Americans, to see Japanese from Japan speaking in Spanish, and singing in Spanish. It was, yeah, it was
And
amazing.
singing Song Harochi in Japanese.
Yes, yeah, and then they also sang in Japanese. Yeah, so we're doing something crazy here, but it seems to be working. Yeah. Well, we're
I
not
think
getting any questions here, are we?
we're getting great comments, lots of really encouraging words. I haven't seen an actual question yet, but that's okay. I think you guys are definitely, usually what I take that is that you guys are very thorough and that you have given us more information than we need to clarify, that you've shared as much as you could with us. And I'm pretty sure that's what the audience at home is feeling. So I want to thank you, Elaine. Thank you, Chie. And thank you so much, Nobuko, for sharing you guys' culture with us. Beautiful dances, the Tankobushi, Bambutsu, and Mottainai, all three of those, which are very, very relevant today, right? Celebrating our ancestors. We're appreciating the contribution of women. We are learning to be environmentally aware and not to waste anything. And we're celebrating our differences and our similarities all the same. So in closing, I'd like to thank the partners and the sponsors of Fandango Bone, which should be listed on the screen somewhere.
Yes.
Thank you. And I'd like to invite you guys to a couple of things. First, please visit our Facebook page for info about our final workshop, the 7th out of our 7, which will be on Sunday, the 18th of October at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with Master Ofrenda Maker Ofelia Esparza and her daughter Rosanna, who will lead a workshop on altar making. So the Day of the Dead is coming, which is a fantastic Mexican tradition. And that's their way of honoring their ancestors. And you can actually log in and learn to make your very own ofrenda, which is a way of honoring your ancestors.
So Cesar, can you bring on some pictures of the ofrenda that was made last year, so people get an idea of what they could do? Cesar, are you there? Where are the pictures of
I'm sure he's getting together. Well,
I just wanted to this is Ophelia with the one she was in the process of making what we did last year. And you can do this at home. And I'm going to tell you a few things that you can gather this week so that you can have your own altar, ofrenda, for Day of the Dead, which is a holiday or a celebration that we all participate about our ancestors. Get a cardboard box, like a shoe box, and then a box cutter, gesso, acrylic paints, aluminum foil, white glue, glue stick, glue gun, or whatever, paper for stretching, pen and pencil, glitter charm, pictures of your family, pictures of people that have left this world. And we have a lot of people that we have lost this year. And a couple of weeks ago, we celebrated the life of Breonna Taylor. And so we want to bring these lives, precious lives, into our consciousness and into our community and recognize this period of time of racial reckoning that we're going through, and the importance of us stepping up and really trying deeply to learn about each other right now. It's very important. It's more than the dancing. It's really learning and being able to sit together like we're doing right now, and being in community, being in conversation, and learning about each other. So,
Yeah,
beautiful thing. Yeah.
absolutely. Thank you so much, Nobuko, for keeping this going, for creating this, and for allowing us all to come together, you know, and celebrate each other and to find our similarities rather than our differences.
Yeah.
So thank you all so much at home for joining us today. I hope that you got a wonderful workout and as well as a history lesson and some cultural awareness. Don't forget, November 15th is our big event. So October 18th is our final workshop on ofrendas, and November 15th is our big culminating event where everybody participates. It's so much fun. This year it will be virtual, and so I hope that you can join us. Thank you. Please take time to speak and listen to other people who may not be exactly like you, but you'll find that they really are very much like you. And all we have is each other. So I hope that you guys enjoyed. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Johanna.
Thank you, Johanna.
Thank you, Chie.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
everybody, for coming.
Thank you.
Celebración especial en donde las almas borden con sus ritmos, melodías, que el día de hoy celebramos ancestral sabiduría con la cual nos